comes to just being transparent and open and honest, you can actually get a lot more things done. And that's the type of that transparency and that government efficiency will be the hallmark of my administration.
Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson has entered the race to become the next governor of Michigan. She's looking to replace Governor Gretchen Whitmer when her term ends next year. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Winfrey. Benson is the first major Democratic candidate to enter the race. And here's a bit about her background. She was elected in 2018 as Michigan's Secretary of State, then again in 2022. Earlier in her career, Benson was dean at Wayne State University's law school. More recently, she gained national recognition for defending the results of the 2020 election. CBS News Detroit's Jack Springate is on your block in Redford Township with more on what her campaign promises and reaction from the community.
The field for the Michigan gubernatorial election is filling up, with Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson throwing her name into the race this morning. We spoke with her as well as Michigan voters to see what it would mean for the state for Democrats to retain control of the governor's seat in 2026. Benson says the time she spent campaigning for Democrats in the 2024 election cycle taught her one thing: people want to be heard.
Especially over the last few months, it's been clear to me that people are hurting. They want to be heard. They want their lives to be a little bit easier. They want us to save them money, save time, and make everything work better.
Benson talked about how she'd handle the governorship as a Democrat, even as the political landscape shifts to more Republican control, both in Washington, D.C. and in Lansing.
I'll continue to collaborate with folks on all sides of the aisle to make sure we're delivering results. And, we'll stand up to bullies and powerful people when they come to try to threaten the security of our residents, but also be willing to work with folks, anyone who's willing to improve the lives of Michigan citizens.
One voter says Benson's track record as Secretary of State makes her skeptical about her ability to work with Republicans.
She was extremely biased in what I thought was supposed to be a nonpartisan position. She was extremely biased.
Another voter says he wasn't too familiar with Benson, but he'd like to see a Democrat bring some continuity to the governor's seat once Whitmer's term expires.
I'm absolutely all for a continuation of that ideology. I'm a big fan of Gretchen Whitmer. I think she's done a lot of good for Michigan. Anybody who is working along her lines and her party lines, I'm a big fan of them.
And so far, Benson will be running up against Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, who announced his candidacy as an independent last month. Now, last week, Republican Senate leader Eric Nesbitt announced his candidacy for the same party, and we plan on speaking with him later this week. For now, I'm Jack Springate, CBS News, Detroit.